today is a very special day. Today is Remembrance Day, so hopefully you take the time to remember those who have fallen today. I am going to be inserting a little clip here between Jimmy and I. Jimmy was in the Canadian military for 20 years and he has some pretty good stories. The Canadian military was full of good stories for him. So he was one of the fortunate ones to have great memories from those times, and he would do it all over again. So I am going to insert a clip of a little video that we did and kind of just asking questions about his military career. And then after that, I am actually recorded, and from the website, from the Canadian Legion website, I have downloaded and put on YouTube for this section, and it is the last post and it is the roast as well too. So make sure that you listen to that afterwards, and please take a moment in silence so that you can remember those who have fallen on this special day. All right. State your name, please.
I'm serious?
All right. When did you enlist in the Canadian military?
1991, October.
Okay. And how did you enlist?
I went in and said I want to join the Army. Or you want to know how I got to the part where I went in and joined the Army?
Yes. Make sure you speak loud enough.
Yes, I was living in Labrador. I was on a beer run to Quebec because the beer was much cheaper there. I seen the recruiting sign, so I went in and joined the Army. Next question.
And how old were you?
I was 22.
How did you tell your family and friends that you were joining the military?
I went home, Mom and Dad, I joined the Army. They go, good for you.
Aww.
Yeah.
What was basic training like?
It was before human rights, so it was a treat.
And that was 1991, you said?
Yes.
That you joined? Okay.
Yes.
And where was your basic training?
Cornwallis, Nova Scotia.
And what was it like?
What, Cornwallis?
Yeah, like your overall view of boot camp. How long was it? What was entailed?
I don't know.
Is it like the movies?
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
It was like 10 or 12 weeks. And at that time, it was to weed out the weak.
So it was a lot of what you see on TV.
Mental, physical, yeah.
All right. Can you describe a funny moment from boot camp? Rosie, come up here.
Yeah, but I don't think any of that language is appropriate.
Okay. What are some things you remember about adapting to military life?
Yeah, it was quite different than your normal life.
Life in Labrador?
Yeah. Where you could put your hands in your pocket, for example. Big no-no.
Yeah, so what sort of things did you get in trouble for then in boot camp? Like what would be, stories that you've told us that we just are mind-boggling? Well,
I got in trouble because I had a pop out of the pop machine one evening while it was out of bounds to us.
So you had a pop machine, but you weren't allowed to get pop out of it?
No, we weren't allowed to use it.
Oh, okay.
And then they took away our smoking breaks, so I got caught having a smoke out the window, which then in turn made us do torture PT.
What is torture PT?
Exactly what it sounds like.
Oh gosh. And everybody did it?
Oh yeah.
Just because you messed up?
Oh yeah, I'm fine with that though.
All right, where did you serve during the war? So where have you done overseas?
I was to Bosnia 3 times. 1994, I want to say. 97 and 2000 or something like that. I did 2 tours attached to the Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry, and 1 tour with my regiment, Strathcona.
And your regiment is where?
Lord Strathcona Royal Canadian out of Edmonton.
Was there anything while you were over on your tours that you missed about civilian life?
Yes.
Yeah?
Drinking a glass of water from a glass was one of the big ones.
Really?
Second one would be my 7-Eleven coffee on my way to work.
So just the little things, kind
Just the
of.
little things. Yeah, the rest of it just all kind of
How did you drink water? Out of like your backpack? Or like
out of
Yeah.
a bottle, which you reuse because it was filled with bleach water.
Is there someone that you served with that you remember fondly?
Yes.
Can you tell me about him or her?
I was kind of pegging it just to one person. But a prime example would be my good friend Brian, who was here last week.
Yeah.
We have done a few courses together. We have served overseas together. And we're very tight friends.
Yeah. Even now, and luckily he still lives like in the same province.
Yep.
All right. Did any of your military friends play pranks on each other?
Oh, yeah. Constantly. I came home one day from work, actually, opened my door, and my whole room was full-size cardboard posters of mafia movie. I walk in, all these fellas pointing rifles at me. I'm going, what the hell?
My gosh.
The big thing was putting a garbage can of water against their door.
Oh, so when they open the door?
They got all the water.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right. When did you leave the military and how long did you serve for?
I left October the 11th, 2010, after 20 years of service.
What were your first few months out of the service like?
Pretty boring.
Oh yeah, you retired actually. You didn't have another job to go to in the civilian world.
No,
Right?
I retired.
Right. Yeah.
How'd that work out for everyone?
Well, hence why you're working again. Do you have any advice for others transitioning out of the military?
Well, yes. You're out of the military. You don't take your rank with you in the civilian world.
That's a good point.
Take what you have and be grateful.
Yeah.
Your family should come before your...
Career.
Yeah, absolutely.
What did you learn about yourself during your military career?
I was unbreakable.
Go off.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
No, I learned that
I thought that was actually your answer. I was like, good point. True.
Unbreakable.
sure, I didn't break anything. But your point of exhaustion is not your point when you would stop. There's
Yeah.
a stage much further than that.
That would be difficult to understand.
Pure determination.
Yeah. What are some things you miss about being in the service? And what are some things that you're glad you left behind?
Some of the things I miss from being in the service. The constant camaraderie is what I missed absolutely the most, because it's a family, it's not your co-workers. And what was the other one?
And the other one was, what are some things that you are glad that you have left behind?
The structure and everything else. And of course, around that time, the Army was changing. They brought in human rights and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And there's no way in hell you can train a soldier with the use of human rights. If they can't take the stress of boot camp, battle school, and all this other stuff, yeah, do I want to be on a battlefield with them? No.
So our last question then is, so what would you tell somebody, or a young female or male, that wants to enlist in the military? What would be your piece of advice that you could give to them that hopefully would carry them on?
Nothing is personal. Whatever is said to you, at you, or around you, move along.
That's a big thing.
Oh yeah.
Because, yeah, that's how they eliminate, don't they? The weak.
Yeah, if you can't stand the ribbing or the vulgar insults, and then you're not going to make it. But none of it's personal.
Good. Very good, Jimmy. Thank you
Sorry,
very much.
I'm a little tired. I've been up since 2 and I was out hunting all day.
And my wife wanted me to do this.
Forced him to do.
Forced him to do this.
But
He said
this
no
is
the
what
first
you
time,
wanted.
originally.
I think it's good. Gives you people a good insight on how you are and your service on Remembrance Day.
And his hair looks really good right now, too.
What?
His hair looks really good right now.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, but keep in mind, Remembrance Day is the day of remembrance, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But do you really need to let everyone know you were in the Army? Yeah, I did 6 weeks at Bill's golf shack, but I wore a uniform. You're a veteran. Still stupid. But
No, I think everybody does their own way of remembering the, November 11th, right? In their own way. And it's different probably from when you serve, when you're serving, compared to when you're retired, compared to like a civilian and how they celebrate, or not celebrate, but remember Remembrance Day. It's all different.
yeah, when you get the last post in Reveille, you still get the same cold shivers as you get when it's first played.
Yeah, I agree.
But overall, would I do it again? Oh, hell yeah.
You always say that. Very good. Thank you. And cut.
There was talk of money being for the interview.